Okay, so to continue on and tell you a bit about the layout. So today's layout is titled Metamorphosis. Obviously, from the butterflies here, you probably guessed that even if you hadn't read it already. And I will be inquiring into the theme of change. So it's mid to late July as I'm recording this. This is, however, what we call a timeless reading. So that means whenever you feel called to watch this video, there will be a message that's relevant to you. I had planned to use 3 cards for this reading. This is how it goes sometimes. I make a plan and the universe laughs, right? Have you heard that? It's an old Yiddish saying. Man plans and God laughs. So that's what happened to me. I was going to use 3 cards, and they essentially correspond to the 3 stages of the transformation of a caterpillar into a butterfly, right? So you have, instead of cards, we'll just talk about position. So these were the 3 cards that I drew up here, and I pre-shuffled and drew the cards. In a private reading, I would do that on camera. Because this is my first collective reading, I decided to do it like this so I could give myself lots of room to hear all the messages coming in. So we have 3 positions here, 1, 2, and 3. So this will be basically the caterpillar, this will be the cocoon, and then this will be the butterfly. I'm using a deck, by the way, called the, what is it called? Tarot of the Old Path. It's a beautiful deck. It has the same exact cards as a standard deck, which in Western tarot would be the Rider-Waite deck, but it has some different images. It's a very feminine energy deck, which speaks really deeply to me, so I like to use it, and it has some beautiful artwork on it, which you might have seen in the opening clip there. I will put a link, by the way, in the description box to information about the deck if anyone wants to check that out. And you will also find down there, while I'm talking about that, links to my Instagram, PayPal, all the stuff you need to know about me, where to track me down and all that. So I want to talk about what these positions mean in a little bit more depth before we flip these cards over again. So the caterpillar. I asked to be shown what is being left behind. What are we moving out of? We're at the midpoint of the year right now. So what are we leaving behind and what are we moving into? What have we collectively outgrown? Or maybe you personally, individually, will find specific messages about what you've outgrown, what needs to be let go of, what's not serving you anymore for your highest good, what's not serving us collectively. So we'll find out what that has to say. Moving on to position 2, we have the cocoon. So this is where things get sticky, so to speak, right? As many of you will know, caterpillars do not wrap themselves up in a cocoon and then just slap on some wings. They actually have to dissolve into a primordial mass of goo. If you don't know about that, I really encourage you to Google it. Go check it out, look it up in a book, whatever you have going on there. It's really quite fascinating and deeply symbolic of the whole transformation process. For anyone who's gone through it, I know you will know exactly what I mean. So what does this card stand for in the reading? I asked to be shown what do we need to focus on, because in the cocoon, the caterpillar / butterfly / goo pile is in there, shut away from the outside world. So the focus is completely on what's going on inside, what's happening inside. And it doesn't matter what's going on out there. There could be rain, sun, whatever. All that matters in the cocoon is what's happening in the cocoon. So I said, what do we need to focus on during this turning point in the year, during this time when many of us are experiencing big life-changing metamorphosis? It seems to be a very common theme. Where should we be putting our focus? What should we have in that cocoon with us? Where do we need to put our efforts and our attention to ensure that we are moving forward towards the best possible outcome for ourselves and others. So that's, as you can see, we got 3 cards. So there's a lot to be said about that, apparently. The 3rd card, of course, is our butterfly card. This, by the way, is a butterfly. I took this picture. I love photography. I love nature photography. Maybe we'll talk about that another time, friends. But this is a really, really nice butterfly I met one day. So this was the card for the butterfly. And of course, this is showing us what the outcome might be. So in this case, like, what is the potential growth that will come from the transformations and changes that we're going through within our own selves, maybe in our environment. Maybe some of you have a new job or a new love interest, maybe both, who knows. So somebody out there in particular has a new love interest with their boss or coworker, is what I'm hearing right now. See, that's where those extra little messages come in. The cards would not have told me that, maybe, but the butterfly card is, so it's going to show us, what we're heading towards, basically. What's the blueprint that we've taken into the cocoon with us, and it also might indicate to us what sort of red flags we might want to avoid. So maybe there are points on the path that we would do better to go around.